Another video. It's your boy Monix, and today we're gonna be talking about Impulse. And I was kind of debating if I should, whether talk about Impulse or not, because I'm not gonna lie with you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I did felt the 5 stages of grief, and I won't lie to you. It was not pleasant when I heard the news the first time. It was like, okay, let me say this, okay. It was cool to hear that they wanted to make a second game, but the other side, it wasn't really pleasant to hear because it's like, okay, I really love Splitgate. It's kind of hard for me to, kind of be okay with Splitgate not getting that, much attention anymore because there's still a lot to be done with Splitgate. Still a lot of bug issues that is still plaguing the game, like glass portals that has still not been fixed, by the way, and just experiences of the game and just the core gameplay. And not only that, but we still need some game modes to return as well. We need onslaught to return. We need to see more party modes, and also we need to see a lot more remaster maps for Splitgate 1. So at least, it would be a lot more content than the first game. Hopefully we'll get to that point, but I don't know how long they'll get to it, but hopefully we can. When they get done with Impulse, they can try to, 50-50 the team, the team to work on Impulse and Splitgate. But today we're going to be talking about mainly just Impulse, but it of course it affects Splitgate, of course, Arena Reloaded. So I may touch on it a little bit, but we're gonna be talking about, okay, what is Impulse? So Impulse is a 6v6 movement shooter. So basically, pretty much akin to Titanfall, basically with mechs, but instead of you calling in the mech, it's like mechs or the power weapons. That's the best way I can say it. Where like they're just scattered around the map. It might be like one or two mechs scattered around the map. I don't know how I feel about that. Especially for mech. Mostly mech only players. I say mostly. They will have to literally fight for it, and those players really like Titanfall's way of calling in the mech because you can just call it in once you reach a certain threshold of points for your mech, and you can just call it in whenever you want to, really. Like I said, I don't like it personally. Well, the Titanfall system where you can call in, I don't like that because eventually the game like just evolves, devolves, whatever, however you want to say it, or just becomes like a mech frenzy over time. And it happens to me like basically almost every single Titanfall 2 game I played. Like it just becomes mech combat. Like just mech combat, literally. That is all that you're playing. Shoot, I might as well play Armored Core at that point. But anyways, besides the point. Like literally. I don't know. To me it just seems like it's I think it should just be like, I won't say calling in because I don't want to face the same issues that with Titanfall 2, to where every single player or almost every single player has a mech, especially in the opposing team, but you don't. Like there was a like one way that I came up on how to fix that, and I was thinking about this. I was like, why not have why not let people call in their mechs? Like, okay, let's say like it's a 6v6, right? All right, okay. Why not three players of each team are able to call in their mechs at one given at the same time, right? So they can be three mechs on one team, three mechs on the other team, three yeah three three players on one team and then three players on the other. And then if one mech gets destroyed, then the other person can call in their mech if they've been waiting for it. I was thinking that that might can work. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments if you think something like that could work. I was just thinking that it might be a little better because I know a lot of people don't really call in their mech immediately, especially the movement, players. They still like to, play like as a pilot usually. So I just think that that might be a way to fix it to where casual players can still use the mechs when they want to, but the pilot only players can also not have to call in the mech, and they can still face against other players as well. Instead of like every single player in the opposing team is a mech, and the only way to defeat them is by using an anti-titan weapon or something like that. And that does get annoying. I won't lie to you. Like, it's just annoying, bro. But anyways, I said that might be a way. And also, there's been this whole ADS discourse about aiming down sights and if the game should have it or it should just be hip fire like Halo slash, Splitgate. I say it just depends, really. Like, if the game is very fast, then I think it should just have hip fire. It might as well, because you don't want to just like be aiming down sights, like Call of Duty slash Titanfall style, or even Battlefield like type style, where like you're just ADSing. Then let's say like there's a player just zooming through you, like I don't know, like 60 kilometers per second, and they're just flying through you or something like that. So you kind of don't want that, and you're just over here just looking all over the place, trying to track them, but they're just going too fast. So I would say people might want to be a little bit more mindful when talking about that subject. Now, if it's not too fast, then I think it should just be preferred. I think there should just be an option if you want to ADS or not. But if the game is fast on default, then there should just be hit fire on default. Like, I'm sorry, but yeah, it should just be hit fire. Another thing I want to talk about in Pulse is the art style. I guess because I see things differently than others, and I've played a lot of different games with different art styles. I actually like the art style of this game. It just reminds me of Mirror's Edge. Yeah, Mirror's Edge. Basically, that's what it reminds me of. And I guess that's the theme that they're going for. I know a lot of people is coming into this game like, okay, it needs to be gritty just like Titanfall. Like, it needs to have like a futuristic, well, I guess kind of sci-fi soldier type aesthetic. And also the world needs to be like grounded and grittier and stuff. I mean, they chose the art style, so I mean, if you're looking for that, you're going to be disappointed. Like I said, there's other Titanfall lights in the making as well, so those might be better in terms of the art style. Those might be better for you, but if you don't care, or especially if you like the Mirror's Edge art style, then I think, yeah, you won't mind the art style. And also, what I noticed is that when looking at these screenshots, they posted extra screenshots on their Twitter, I think yesterday, of recording this video. I won't lie, the gloves look too much like Splitgate. I don't know why. Like the player gloves, like it just it's just super reminiscent of Splitgate Arena Reloaded. Like, I don't know why, but anyways, yep, pretty much, yeah. And also, I think there'll be, or is it? I don't know how it's gonna be like, but there's a map called Freehold, and that's basically gonna be where you're mostly gonna be fighting at. I don't know if it's a map or there's gonna be different sections of the map that are separate maps. I have no clue how it's gonna be, but I'm assuming that's the case. They did said on Monday, also, here's the last news I got for you guys today. And they said on Monday they're going to release more info. I'm guessing we're finally going to get gameplay footage, because they did said a few weeks ago, even though it was only like 2 weeks until this month was gonna end at that point, they did said that, hey, we're going to most likely show gameplay footage or something like that around, next month, which I guess they were meaning June. So that's pretty much what Monday is probably going to be about. And also on their Play Impulse YouTube channel, I'm highly sure they're going to upload a video on Monday. I don't know when. Usually it'd be like sometimes early morning, like not early morning, but it'd be like late morning to mid afternoon. So I'm gonna miss it. So, because I got stuff to do, but I will talk about it on that following day, which is on Tuesday. We'll definitely talk about it. Try my best to get the video done as early as possible on Tuesday when I can and if I can. But anyways, that's all I gotta say. That's all the news for Impulse so far. And also, I'm pretty sure this game won't be current gen only. So if you got a PS4 or Xbox One, you most likely, I'm saying most likely, gonna be left. You know, you're gonna be just left in the dust. I'm very sorry about that, but it just seems like I think they're just trying to care about the optimization, more than Splitgate, because they kind of also had to optimize it for older gen consoles for Arena Reloaded. So, yep. And also, early access is coming soon as well to all platforms. So we all get to try out the game before it becomes paid. I say the only thing that I'm worried about is if the game is a paid live service, which we've seen it with Helldivers 2, Battlefield 6, like live services that are premium experiences that you have to pay for, but you still have to wait for content. So it would be cool if they can do like a paid like content complete package where all the maps, weapons, and just everything is at launch. You can do like a few bug fixes, sure, but just getting rid of the seasonal type updates and just this live service model will be cool. But that's most likely where they're going for. They're probably just gonna do like another live service, but it's gonna be paid. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. At that point, I would rather the game to be free to play. At that point, because with a paid live service, you're not only asking for time, but you're also asking money up front. Rather like if the game was free, at least people can try it out and see if they want to invest money into it, and at least they can buy something from the shop or something. But with this 1047, you're gonna have to trust people to give you a chance, especially with the track record that you guys have. So that's the only downside about it. I'll say I'm hoping this project, helps a lot with Splitgate. Hopefully, I feel like it might will because it's more accessible to people. Like it doesn't have to be weighed down, with portals. I think a lot of people want to play Splitgate, but they can't because the portal system is in the way. Which I understand that as a portal, lover, not everyone is going to get into the mechanic, and it's going to ultimately, always most likely be niche. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And your boy Monix is gonna go. I gotta flow. I gotta go. Whoa.